All right, today we're doing an oil change on the CFMoto 300 SS or SR, depending on where you live. They're both the same bike, just different names, depending on which part of the world you're in. Just thought I would do this video because there's not a whole lot of resources for this bike, because I guess because they're so new. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with questions on how to do it or what kind of oil filter to use, all that good stuff. Because I've noticed even in the owner's manual, it seems to be inaccurate with some things as well. So just gonna do a quick video of the oil change, and just so maybe it can help someone out there. If someone has any questions or anything, this video will give you a reference as to how it's done. And here we go. All right, guys, so move that out of the way. Gotta drain the oil first. You see that? This is on the left side of the bike. Down here. That's what needs to come out. We take that out. That's where the oil is gonna drain. So you're gonna need something like a pan. This is what I'm using. I don't know if that's gonna be big enough. And we'll also need something to funnel the oil from where it's coming out into the pan so we don't make a huge mess. So I'll see what I can find for that. All right, so I was able to find this ghetto water bottle thing. Cut it so it'll go in place, and the oil should drain right out into here. So we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, so as you can see, all of the oil is drained out into this pan. So now I just gotta put the plug back in. Put the plug back in that hole, and then we'll start on the other side and change out the filter. Hey, another thing, guys, make sure you have a torque wrench, because everything on these motorcycles have a specific torque spec. So you don't want to just be coming in here and just tightening stuff up real tight and not knowing what the actual torque specifications are. So make sure to double check the owner's manual. And when I say torque wrench, I mean one of these right here. It has your different torque settings. And this will, if you have it set right, depending on what the owner's manual says, you'll make sure not to over tighten anything, and you'll also make sure that nothing is too loose. This is very important, so make sure you have one of these. All right, so if we come around to the other side of the bike, right down here is where the oil filter is. And so we'll need to get this piece of fairing off in order to get to the actual oil filter. And we'll take it out and we'll put in a clean one. All right, guys, really quick. Yeah, behind here is our oil filter. You got to take this out. And I went ahead and did it beforehand so I can show you guys. It's just, you just take this little bolt out here, and then once you've got it out, this plastic piece slides to the side, slides to the left. So just pull it to the left. And it comes right out. All right, so to get the oil filter out of here, you're gonna need an 8mm socket. You can see there. All right, and there she is. There's the old oil filter. All right, guys, so really quickly, this is the filter that came out of the motorcycle. This one you cannot get from any of your local auto parts stores. It has to actually be ordered and shipped from China. However, there are some that you can find at your local auto parts store, which is the either the K&N 112 or the Fram CH6015. This is the one that they had available at AutoZone where I went, which is the SDP S6015. So this is the one that we're going to be using today. That's what I recommend, instead of having to order the part and have it shipped all the way over here from China, which takes forever. So nothing wrong with going and getting this from AutoZone. Here's the new one. And it says to put a little bit of new oil on the O-rings. So I'll definitely be doing that as well. But this is gonna go in there like this. And then you put your cap back on. All right, guys, so I added some oil around that rubber piece there and around the O-ring. The oil that I'm using, or that I'm going to be using, putting into the bike, is the Mobil 1 Racing 4T 10W40 full synthetic. Highly recommend. And the new one is going to go in like this. got the new oil filter in. And then over here we've got the oil drain plug back in. So now it's time to go ahead and fill her up with some new oil. All right, next step is to go ahead and add the oil. You can see right there, replace oil and filter, 1.4 liters, which I don't have a way to measure liters, but this is 1 quart, and 1.4 liters is almost exactly the same as 1.4 quarts. So we'll just go ahead and add that in and see how it looks in the sight glass. All right, oil's changed. It's pretty easy. One thing I will go ahead and just say, give you guys a warning. The owner's manual says to check the sight glass while on the side stand, which is the first time I've ever heard of that. Every other motorcycle I've ever ridden, any other motorcycle that I've ever even heard of, you check the oil level in the sight glass with the bike upright, balanced on level ground. However, in the owner's manual, it doesn't say to do that. It says park the bike on the side stand and then check the oil levels. So I've gotten a lot of mixed answers from people. Some people saying that the owner's manual is wrong because it, comes from overseas, and so the translation is wrong. Everyone is telling me not to listen to the owner's manual and to check the oil while it's balanced on level ground, balanced upright. So I'll keep looking into this to figure out exactly what the deal is, because I've had answers from both. I've had answers from people telling me to check the oil level while on side stand. So it's hard to say at the moment, but yeah, that's how you change the oil. Again, actually checking the oil levels is a bit up to debate. It's a bit up to debate due to the whole sight glass side stand issue. So more to come on that, guys. Here is the oil level while the bike is balanced on level ground, which is about right where you want it to be, in between the 2 notches on the right, which is called, in the owner's manual, it's called the B zone. So that's where you want it. But then again, according to the owner's manual, they want you to level or to check the oil levels while on the side stand. Now, as you notice here, on the side stand, the oil disappears. And I added the exact amount that it called for. 1.4 liters. This is 1.4 liters on the side stand. Can't see anything, so have to assume that the owner's manual is wrong, because as soon as you balance the bike upright, here comes the oil right where it needs to be. So
just something to keep in mind, guys. If you have any questions, just, you know, leave your comments, like, subscribe. I'll do some more videos. What are you doing, man? We got too many bikes in this house, as you can see. All right, time for the final test. Check engine light. Just a little bit. I think that oil's from where I drained it earlier. I need to still clean that up. I don't see any new leaks or anything coming from there. Check the other side. Any issues with it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time.